Amesbury Primary. Love the place, love the show. Everything Amesbury from the Radio Shack.
Hello everyone and welcome back to our radio show. In our 6th term, and it's our last show. Sorry I haven't done any for 2 terms I think, because our producer had a skiing accident. So I'm going to be joined by...
Me Jade.
Me Billy.
Me Christine.
And me Jack.
Now I'm going to be passing on to Billy with the news.
Hello, thank you, Harry. This is Billy bringing you the news and weather. The bridge came into Woodhenge today and are working their way around the school. They are done to vary from workshops and thankfully they last all day. If you're wondering, the photocopier has been moved to Mrs. Sinclair's old sunshine room if you were wondering where it's been. Also stay tuned, we think there's going to be a talent show coming soon to school. The weather has been bad for the past 2 days, but we have high hopes for the rest of the week and the weekend. Also, this might not be true, but there might be a thunderstorm on Thursday. That's been Billy, thank you. Now passing on to Christine with Song 1.
Hello, I'm Christine and I've got Song 1 and it's Sam Smith's Stay With Me. That was Stay With Me by Sam Smith, and it is a fact that in this song, the quiet in the song is actually 20 of his voices layered. I've been Christine and on to you, Jade.
Thank you, Christine. Harry and Jack will now be interviewing Mr. Monk.
Amesbury Primary. Love the place, love the show. Everything Amesbury from the Radio Shack.
We're lucky enough to have Mr. Monk with us in the radio show today, and he's going to talk about the Amesbury Carnival because he's organising it this year. Welcome, Mr. Monk.
Good morning, everybody.
When is the carnival this year?
The date set for Carnival this year is Saturday the 6th of June.
What time does it start?
Well, the Carnival's in 2 parts because there's a Carnival and show. The Carnival procession starts at 11:30 from the Stonehenge School, but the showground on Holders Field is open from 11 a.m. and the actual shows start in the arenas from 1:30.
And finally, where is it being held?
The show is being held on Holders Road Field. That's the large grass area of Holders Road. It's the playing fields of the Stonehenge School.
Who chose you to organise the carnival?
Well, it's not just me. There's a carnival committee, and there are many people on that committee, and they chose me as chairman back in September.
How many are there organising with you?
Well, on the committee, there's usually about 8 or 9 of us who do various jobs for the carnival. But on the day, there'll be anything up towards 100 people helping to make sure the carnival runs smoothly on the day. Lots of marshals and stewards, because you have to close roads, you have to look after people, and there'll be a lot of people involved on the day.
How long has it taken to organise it?
Well, our first meeting was in September, and so it's taken nearly 9 months to organise the carnival. And I heard today, unfortunately, the Reading Carnival has had to be cancelled because they didn't apply for a licence. So there's an awful lot to do that maybe people aren't aware of.
How much is the entry price?
Well, to actually watch the procession costs you nothing at all, except any coins that you might want to put in our trailers that are going around collecting for the air ambulance this year. The Wiltshire Air Ambulance is our charity, and we like to raise as much as possible for them. But to come and watch the show, unless you're taking part in the carnival, and if you are, you'll be wearing a rosette to say that you're taking part. If you're not taking part, it's £2.50 for adults, but children under 16 are entered free.
What is the money being raised for?
Well, the carnival itself needs to raise money to pay for itself, as lots of things have to be bought in. It's costing us somewhere in the region of £15,000 to actually put on the carnival. But we're also raising money for the Wiltshire Air Ambulance, and we hope we are to give them a sum in excess of £1,000.
Have you chosen the royalty? If so, who are they? Are you allowed to tell us?
Well, yes, there was a disco about 3 weeks ago now, held at Angela's house. We had about 60 young people attending, and the royalty was chosen. There are going to be, we hope, 9 people in the Carnival Royalty this year. I'm not prepared to say who they are, but I can tell you that there are members of this school who make up part of that royal party. So make sure you turn out to cheer them on the day.
Was it a difficult choice?
Actually, very, very difficult. Fortunately for me, I wasn't one of the choosing people. We had 4 people on the choosing committee. We had our president, we had a former Carnival Queen, we had our secretary, and we had who is now the Deputy Mayoress. And those 4 people interviewed lots of people who wanted to take part, and it was my job just to read out the actual answers. And there were 9 very happy people and quite a few sad people who hadn't been chosen. It was very, very difficult for the judges.
What is going to be at the carnival this year?
Well, the theme for Carnival this year is nursery rhymes and children's stories. So we hope in the procession there'll be lots of things in the Carnival that reflect that story. So we're not sure what entries they're going to be, but we're hoping that's the theme this year. When it comes to the show, on the showground we've got lots of arenas. We have in fact got 4 arenas on the showground. Arena number 1, which is the main arena, has our big acts, and the show will be opened by a parachute drop by the Remy parachute display team. As soon as they're on the ground and cleared away, then we have the British Heavy Horses trial team display doing some races around the arena, and then they'll be followed by some, well, shall we say gentlemen, we'll call them gentlemen, doing what are called real stunts in action. If you ever watch TV and see people falling off the top of buildings, these are the kind of chaps that do it. So they're going to be jumping off of high heights into the arena. And we also have a group called the Rampage Mass Band. And if you've ever been to the Notting Hill Carnival and seen the fabulous costumes that they wear, we've got 40 of those people taking part in our procession, and they'll also be parading around the arena. We also hope to have a display by the Wiltshire Fire and Rescue team. And in Arena 2, we have a strongman competition where there'll be 15 strongmen carrying huge weights or lifting huge weights in their arena. Arena 3 is the dog show, and there are 10 different competitions for the dogs to enter. Hopefully lots of fun. And in Arena 4 we have a military display band playing, and also a group called Girls Love Fit, who are going to be doing some pole dancing demonstration and some Zumba dancing. So there's lots on. There'll still be lots of other stalls. Fun fair will be up there, lots of things for people to do. We've also got around the edge of the arena, we have 7 army units, various regiments represented, with lots of their gear, so you'll be able to handle, you know, some of the machine guns they use out on the plane. You'll be able to handle and climb on some of the big guns they've got up there. You'll be able to see some of these drones and things. There's an awful lot coming from the army that are going to be there for people to have a go at.
All of this sounds great. How long will this last for?
Well, excellent question. I mean, the arena events in the main arena start at 1:30, but the strongmen need to get underway earlier. So if you're interested in their competition, their strongman competition starts at 11:30 and goes on right until 4:30, and the arena events go on until 5 o'clock.
Here's a question. What will the strongmen be lifting?
Well, the strongmen lift a range of things. I mean, they are very big men. Their average weight will be somewhere around about 20 stone, so they're pretty big guys, and they'll be lifting things like a giant pole. They'll be lifting these huge round stones. They have to lift them and carry them. They'll also be doing what they call a yoke lift, where they have to lift up very heavy weights and walk a distance with them. So they'll be doing 5 different rounds of competition that test their strength.
How many different regiments will there be?
There will be 7 regiments represented. I can tell you who they are. We've got the King's Royal Hussars, the Territorial Army Royal Yeomanry, the Royal Signals, the 14th Regiment of the Royal Artillery, the 3-2 Regiment of the Royal Artillery, the 47th Regiment of the Royal Artillery, and also the Mercian Regiment. So we've got a lot of army presence from both Larkhill Garrison and from Bulford, Tidworth, Netherhaven Garrison.
That sounds fantastic. How many floats and walking floats are there going to be?
Well, at the minute I can't honestly say, because sometimes people leave it to the very last minute, but I do know that this school is going to be entering, and I do know that Newton Toney School are going to be entering, and I do know that all the prize winners from last year are going to be entering. So we hope that there'll be between sort of 4 or 5 vehicle floats, and we hope lots of walk-in floats. And we've also got 2 bands taking part in the procession. We've got the Wessex Military Band and the Caravana Steel Band, along with 40 of these dressed dancers from Rampage Mass Band.
One of our last questions, why should people go?
Well, Amesbury's a growing town, and we like to think that the carnival is something that shows Amesbury in a very good light. We like to think it's a fun day for people to come to, give them something to do, support their local community. We've had a lot of support from the business community of Amesbury, who've come up with a lot of sponsorship this year, and we'd very much like to thank all those people who've helped in the kind of background to make sure that Carnival can go ahead on the 6th of June on Holders Field. And I'd just like to say it's not just a one-day event this year. We've got a whole week of events that start on Sunday the 31st of May with a Teddy Bears picnic. Monday there's a curry night. Throughout the week there's a shop window competition in Amesbury. Tuesday night there's some fun cricket. Wednesday, something I think a lot of people from the school should be in, there's a fun run up on Holders Field. All money raised goes to the air ambulance. There are medals for the first 3 and certificates for everybody in each of 8 races. And then Thursday there's a Skittles night, and Friday it's music in the garden at the Andrews Arms Hotel. So there's something on all week, and hopefully you'll be able to get involved. If not during the week, then certainly on Carnival Day.
We're hoping that the weather's going to be nice and that we can have the carnival. And is there anything else that you would like to add?
Well, I'd just like to say that I thank yourself for those good wishes about the weather, because the weather obviously will make or break Carnival. But we'd like to think that last year we had 8,500 people up on Holders Field at the peak of the showground time. This year we'd like to think there'll be 10,000 people on Holders Field.
That's all we've got time for this week. Thank you, Mr. Monk. Will you come back soon with an update for us about the carnival?
I could certainly pop in that Carnival week and let you know how the early week's events have gone. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Thank you very much, boys, for your time. Thanks to Amesbury Primary.
We'd love to hear whether you have 10,000.
I can certainly give you a report after the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Amesbury Primary. Love the place. Love the show. Everything Amesbury from the Radio Shack.
I hope you enjoyed that interview. We'll see you all at the carnival. I'm passing on to Harry.
Thank you, Jade. My name's Harry, and we've got a new competition. It's Guess the Actor. And this week I've got 2 clues. He was performing with Brian Connolly at the 2014 show on the Mayflower. And our second clue is he was a fairy something mother. So now on to Jack with the top 5 books.
Hi guys, I'm Jack, and now I will be bringing you this week's top 5 books. We hope you enjoyed it. A great book to read is Billionaire Boy by David Walliams.
I have a book and it's called Faraway Tree. It's very good, really, if you very like adventure.
But if you wanted to stay cool, like the Wimpy Kids series, go for them.
That was only 3 books. We're hoping for a few more books later on. That's it from me. Over to you, Jade.
Thank you, Jack. I am bringing you the second song, and it is Sing by Ed Sheeran. I hope you enjoyed. Did you know that this song was his first hit in the UK and Australia? And now we are going to be going on to topic for discussion. Our topic for discussion is for what we did over the half term. I went to my grandma's in Kent and it was very fun because I got to go down to Auntie's and Uncle's pub.
On my holiday, I went to Cornwall, and also when I was coming back, my car broke down, so we had to be taken home on a truck with our dog in the car for safety reasons, and he doesn't like being in the car by himself. So when we got home, I asked the dog how he was feeling. He said, rough, rough.
That was very good, Billy. I've been to the Isle of Wight and played lots of TV machines there, and I got lots of prizes and won a massive minion.
That sounds great, Christine. What else did you do there?
I had a paddle in the sea, and I'd also went to the place where they done Fort Boyard.
That sounds great. In my holidays, I went to Tesco and got a phone. I played on my consoles, and I played with my friends out the front of my house.
Well, I would have played on my Xbox, but I went on a cruise up Norway.
That sounds fun. What did you do?
Well, most of the time I was either in the pool for 9.5 hours in total, or I was in the kids club.
How big was the cruise ship that you went on?
Well, it's the second biggest. Now we've got the Britannia, the Azura and the Ventura, but both the same size.
Did you have fun on your cruise ship, Harry?
A lot.
Yeah, in my holiday, I went to Loo most days in Cornwall, and I played some of the penny slot machines, and I won the £5 in the amusements on the one, I think it's called like prize grabber thing. I'm not sure what it's called.
That sounds cool.
Where did you go to find the 2p machines? Did you go to Flambards or Wookie Hole?
I went to the amusements in Loo.
Same, Billy. I won a £5 note out of one of the grabbing machines.
Well, it wasn't necessarily a grabbing machine. You had a certain amount of time. You have to move this point, and it went through a hole, and it pushed a £5 note through on like a pot.
Christine, it's a penny pusher.
I had to go on a grab it. You grab a cable tie, and it lifts up a little roll of tickets and a £5 note.
Yeah, I got like these. They're like one tickets, I believe they're called. And I think, well, first time I got 25 tickets, and then the second time I got 33 tickets. So if you're a mathematician out there, try and work out how many that is.
Is it 50, just quick? No, 60.
That would, well, if it's 20, that would be 20, 30, 40, 53 that would be, if you're wondering.
Close enough.
My math's bad.
That sounds great. I love going to Cornwall. My nan lives there, and sometimes I go down there for little bits of time. And sometimes I might go to Flambards or some kind of fun place like that, or go swimming.
Yeah, I've been to Creeley there before, Cornwall's Creeley, and I don't think I've yet been to Flambards, but I did the horse riding at the Cornwall's Creeley because, well, it's quite far away because we're at Treeley Farm Park.
So that was what we did on half term. We hope you had fun too. Now passing on to Jack.
Thanks, Jade. I'm Jack, and today I'm bringing you the birthdays. Mally in Longleat is 9, Frankie in Stourhead is 7, Zoe in Figsbury is 11, Logan in Longleat is 9, Amy in Frostbury is 6, and Jake in Yarnbury is 7. That's the birthdays. We'd all like to say
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to
everyone.
Happy birthday to you.
Thoughts of the day, smile at someone, you might make their day better. So everyone, that's all we've got time for, and we'll see you next week. Bye!
bye.
Amesbury Primary. Love the place, love the show. Everything Amesbury from the Radio Shack.